Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. In this verse of Ashtavakra Gita, Ashtavakra tells us all, including Raja Janaka, whatever exists in this universe is mere imagination. The self is actually eternal, ever blissful, and realized. It is all powerful and blissful. When a wise man knows this, he starts acting like a child. This is a very important verse. Acting like a child. A child till the age of 4 or 5 is blessed with divine and innocence. It is free from all malice, etc., and is certainly not tainted by the coloring from this big, bad, miserable universe. The wives from this universe has not yet begun attacking that child. Thus, this child is pure and ever blissful till the age of 4 or 5. It is actually only after that it comes to know gradually what it is to be in this big bad material universe. It is stung by the bites and the stings of this material universe venomous bites. It slowly graduates till the age of 8 when these bites become more and more frequent and painful and sharp, and ultimately at the age of 16 it gets acclimatized to these vibes from this material universe, and all its divine innocence and childishness vanishes. It is at the age of 21 or 24 that it graduates into a full-fledged universe, business-like and selfish guy with all senses and evil of this universe and the body-mind complex becoming fully active. On an average, the living entities think that they have at last come of age and they are ready to face this world, and so they are more intelligent than that 5-year-old child which knew nothing, which was without malice and full of purity and divine innocence. How wrong they were, they will know only later when they come into this spiritual path. Kindly remember that those with a divine nature remain divine as long as possible. Those who are of the human nature become matured within 21 or 24 years. But those who are of demonic nature mature too fast, and they start behaving like grown up men even when they are 10 or 12. Hence, don't be under any wrong impression that getting over matured in a young age is a sign of goodness. It is not a sign of divinity. It is actually a sign of demonic behavior. Mankind matures at the right time. The divine people take their own time to do so. In fact, they return to the childhood as soon as they grow up or as they grow up. You may know that all renunciants, sannyasis, rishis, maharishis, saints, etc. retain their childhood or they go back to that divine innocence as they grow up. They don't want to be tainted with the color of this miserable universe or to be stung by its painful stings. They don't want to mature into this big bad world of this material universe. Swami Yogananda Paramhansa, in his autobiography, has written in detail about various saints and other yogis, maharishis, etc. Invariably, in all those descriptions, he has said that these people, despite their size and age, behaved like children. That is automatic. Children are divine. Sages, renunciants, rishis, maharishis, etc. are divine, or they try to become divine. Hence, when they talk or behave in this public, their voice, their language, and their body language show that they are actually like children. They have no malice towards anybody. They just want to keep to themselves and dissolve themselves into nirvikalpa samadhi, that is, thinking about God all the time. This is a truth. Never ever think that just because you are over matured, you are smart. Over mature people are not childish, they are bratish. There is a lot of difference between childlike attitude and bratish attitude. Children behave like divine beings, whereas brats behave as if they are very, very smart and they are smarter than the peers. Usually, sooner or later, either they realize their mistakes or they come to grief. Yes, majority of those in this material universe are people who mature at the right time and remain in this material universe in the mind body complex, identifying with the same. But renunciants, etc., ignore this imaginary universe and try to identify with the self and start abiding in the self. They don't want any of these venomous fangs, stings, and vibes, air, etc. of this universe, let alone go towards demonic behavior. This universe may not be as dangerous as a demon's resting place, but yet it is certainly not for the people who are divine and are used to live in heaven or in spiritual kingdoms. We must remember this and try to emulate various saints, maharshis, rishis, etc. and be proud if we are able to luckily retain our childlike behavior. It is not necessary to become too mature or too smart or to wisecrack. They are dangerous things. It is better that we retain our innocence like a child and think about God all the time. That is the way to nirvikalpa samadhi and to self realization, deliverance, liberation, ultimately attaining our true identity as Brahman and to go back to Godhead in the end. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.